Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Anthony Qureshi from Unleashed Entertainment, also known as Shaboobs. And today we have a very special episode of Lessons Learned here on YouTube or Learning Lessons with Shaboobs here on Spotify. So what I want to talk about today is creating an additional income stream with merchandise. This is for those that have fans or followers, a brand or business, or simply the urge to create. So to keep things simple, there are two main types of ways of creating merchandise. One is the traditional screen printing route, which is do it yourself. You can contract all the different people and have them do it for you, or you go get a heat press and do it yourself. We're gonna talk more about that in the next video. And the next way to create merchandise is digital, direct-to-consumer printing, also known as DTC printing. Okay, so now for the direct-to-consumer printing, there's a marketplace and a fulfillment center. The marketplace is a third-party individual that handles everything, the front end and the back end. All you really do is upload your designs and then simply start sharing the link. They create and host the website. So they take care of everything. They handle all the customer information, all the customer relations, all the distribution. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's a simple and easy way to get started, and one of the fastest ways to get started, especially if you're an artist or somebody that doesn't really like handling the back end stuff. Now the fulfillment centers are third parties that handle the back end. Now this is for people who either have their own brand or business and maybe have their own Shopify account set up. So this way you can upload your stuff there, and then when people place an order on your website or through Shopify, they will go through this fulfillment center and then your order goes through there. This way, you don't have to worry about any inventory. So some examples of a marketplace online would be Redbubble or Spring, formerly known as Teespring. An example of a fulfillment center would be Printful, which you can also find as an additional app through Shopify. So the differences between the two are subtle. In the marketplace, you have less control over the entire experience. You have no contact with the customer or handling of the distribution. In the fulfillment center, you have more control over the front end experience, meaning that you can design the website that they go to, you can take the money yourself and then go do it yourself. You control that experience. The marketplace is probably the quickest and easiest way to set up and start, whereas the fulfillment center is probably better for brands or businesses. So let's talk about the pros and cons of doing direct-to-consumer printing. To start with the pros, you have a no to low barrier cost of entry, meaning there's a much less financial investment. You don't necessarily have to buy a whole bunch of inventory and then push it out because now you have all of that money sitting there needing to be pushed out. You can simply buy a sample shirt, wear that around. When people ask about it, you can hand them a card or send them to a website or a link. It's also a very simple setup. You can design on the website itself or upload your design if you're a designer and using Illustrator, or maybe if you're a little bit more inexperienced in using something like Canva with templates. There's also a lot less responsibility. You don't have to worry about inventory, packing, or distribution. Okay, so one of the cons is that you're gonna get a partial profit. Since you are partnered with a direct-to-consumer printer, they are going to be covering the cost of the goods, and then you get the difference after the retail price is set. Another con is that there's no consumer information. You can't let your past customers know when you have a new design or anything else coming up. It might be a little bit harder to retain comeback customers. And then the last con is that you have little to no control over the experience. Now again, this is more so if you're using a marketplace over a fulfillment center, because again, you can control the front end experience, but you don't control the back end. Now, depending on who you're using, some of them act more like a white label where you could put your label and your own contact information on there so it goes out to the customer. You really have to do your due diligence to find out which company is best for you. So next I wanna walk you through my actual Spring store. Now this video is not sponsored. I've just used this service and wanted to share with you guys the experience and let you know that you can get started whether in this or any of the other sites that are available. Okay, so once you have your Spring account already set up and loaded, you'll get to your welcome page. You'll come over here to create. Now the cool thing about Spring is that they have a lot of other digital assets. So if you're a creative or a designer and you have other things you want to be able to sell, for instance, they have ebooks, tutorials, coloring books, photo filters, recipes, courses, music, digital art, templates, digital wallpaper, sound files, and so forth. So if you want to upload other things to this, you can. There's a whole lot of other opportunities here to get creative. So what I'm going to talk about and show you guys is a little bit of the process. So let's go over here to create, and let's say we want to go to apparel. Now let's say I want to start designing. Let's say I want to go with, you see here they have all these different varieties of t-shirts that you can use. Let's go with the premium tee. Now, I will say I've been using this for a while. All of the shirts I've been wearing for the last year or so have been through Teespring. I've started designing my own, so if you want to support, feel free to purchase one. The link will be down below. So once you get here, again, you can see as you can add text or add your own image. So if we go over here to add image, I'll go over here to my Adobe files where I have some of it set up. Here we have the Faith Over Fear. Open that. Now obviously this is a white shirt, so we can go add colors. You have all these varieties here, and that's the really cool thing about this. You have a varieties you can do without ever having to buy all this inventory, and you can simply buy a sample in any color that you want in just about any size. So now that we have that here, let's say I want to look at it on that. Boom, that looks nice. That looks nice. Let's say I'm done with that. And then if you want, you can go add to the back of it as well. And then you can set your price. And then from here, you can continue on. And the beautiful thing is that it'll show you that same design on all the other merchandise they have available. A couple times you may have to go in there and actually resize a couple of things. I would make sure that you verify everything before you publish the site. Let's say whatever, we're done with that. And then you add your name and your description, and then you're all set to go public. And then you can do that with so many designs, so many variations. I'll show you guys what I have on mine. View the store. Now again, the store is hosted on the site itself, Spring. So I believe it's spri.ng. But they host the site, you can upload your own images, whatever you want, and then you have everything you need right there. They have all the shirts, front and back. When you click one, they have the different variations of colors, sizes, and they can ship it to pretty much anywhere in the world. And again, you can put this on mugs, business cards, stickers, so on and so forth. I just want to reiterate why this is important. This is a simple setup that can create an additional stream of income for you. It is for artists, creators, and entrepreneurs. Now remember though, if you're starting at ground zero, you're going to spend a lot of time, energy, and money to take off. But again, if you already have some followers or have a brand already, this is a great way to create merchandise at a low to no cost and create more money for you. All right guys, thank you so much. Feel free to subscribe and follow. Thank you for your time. Have a great day. Peace.